welcome everyone back to another show hosted by your show, the greatest ringmaster of the square screen, your king of clowns, your jester of justice, Mr. Israel the Ghost. Today, we're starting the finale of AAI2 Investigations 2. Miles Edward, Prosecutor's Path. And as you can see here, the last place that we are going to be at is this circus, the very big circus. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Delicious. Yeah, let me turn my AC. I know it's snowing outside, but it's oh so warm in here. Very big circus, big talk. Oh, hi, Mr. Edwards. You guys come to watch the show? How's Miss Berry, Mr. Saint? You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. I'm glad you kept your promise. Yes, I remembered you giving me this. That's so great! You're gonna have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh. I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painted on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct? Oh, yeah. What is this exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, that would be Simeon. But wait, you don't mean... Mr. Saint. You took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I need to put in some extra hours. At night, what would have been even more difficult than usual? A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? That you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kate to the top of the big building in order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. The security cameras never recorded Kate taking the elevator up to the roof, which means she must have gotten there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. We also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. And that's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I'd never, ever do anything like that. I just want to point that his expression hasn't changed this entire time. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back to the jail. You said you believed I was innocent. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. You know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Personally so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. You didn't lie. I swear, Simeon, you said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. It hurts, Kay. It hurts so much. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about. He's not a bad person.
Objection!
I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody. You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. Without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the manipulator behind all our recent troubles. The arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles is crazy. I've never even heard that phrase used before. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief in the dust is kind of a hobby of mine. Oh shit, here we go. He's so cool, I swear, he's so cool. Even his theme is awesome. Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. Guess that was all in that. So I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. Simeon? This can't be true, can it? Let us run. Does it matter, huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. I don't like that it cuts off like that. They don't show his sprites the way that they're supposed to be. Unless, hold on. Nope. Still the same. Unless, nope, yeah, still the same. I don't know if maybe my screen's not big enough or if the game itself isn't the proper proportions that it's supposed to be. Oh wait. And now he's going to pay. But wait, first. Is that gonna change anything? Oh yeah, see, there you go. That's a little better, right? You can see the whole thing now. Now he's going to pay. This whole time. And I was just over here, like, with the wrong, wrong setup. Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I'm flying around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often? Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense! I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happened to be nearby. Thank you very much.
Hold it!
This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. I see, and how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few 100 pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off the ground now that I think about it. I'd prefer if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? Give the guy a break, will you? It's not like I was getting miles on track. You know, as a matter of fact, hold on. We're not gonna use this model. We're gonna use this one. Yes, sir! Felt like I was getting miles on track. We use a truck, okay? You just load it on the back and away you go. Truck, you say? Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. I better keep it in mind.
Objection!
This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today, one with a large basket loaded on the back. That was the truck you told us about. Then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Agent Lang, Emma. There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. He sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. I was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back, a blue truck. Smaller for used for promotional purposes. It is in charge of it and drives around in the back of my truck. Oh well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection!
He has his own objection. It's crazy. But just because it's blue? Like a million other trucks? That's so weird. I know I feel it. Why is it? It's probably okay. It's probably okay. I like how the squirrels are doing flips in the air. What makes me so sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too. It's the same one for sure.
Objection!
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. Oh, you sound just like him. Show me! I demand proof! I must be able to prove it somehow. Same truck, I'm sure of it. What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way, you can tell just from that? I like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? How would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. If I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. Or, you think you're gonna find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? Alright, so here comes the moment of truth. I was actually very concerned about this. And if this does not work, then there might be a problem, because we won't be able to proceed. Alright, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course. Who else did you think was gonna do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. Alright, although I don't see why you can't do it yourself. So you just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Like this. Moving the cursor around and pressing space will allow me to dust the area with powder. It's 6 of fingerprints, so once you found one, make sure to dump plenty on them. And then blow away the excess. Blow it away. Yeah, with your mouth. Ha! Like that. One with t-shirt. Oh! See, look at that! Already thought of it. Alright, you got all it? Yes, thank you. Now to try it for real. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy. I bet there's an achievement for this. Oh wait, hold on. I can't get the bottom of the screen there. Gotta be careful that we don't click off the screen. Last thing we need is a closed game on stream. Right when we're making progress. Yes, sir. A thick blanket and then... Oh, wait, hold on. Then we blow them boys away. That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there. Can you compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. That confirms it. It's Mr. Edgeworth's print, alright. With that, another lie's exposed. Ugh. So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, just driving around. Fun, you know.
Objection!
Kate was abducted 2 nights ago. And your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage. And your truck was sighted nearby.
Objection!
Coincidence, nothing more. You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. What makes you think they were even connected?
Objection!
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Oh, this should be good. I actually don't know the answer to this.
Take that!
Which part of it? This part right here. Don't sound so sure, Mr. Edgeworth. It's because he isn't. You're just bluffing, aren't you? Saw right through that little ruse. The kidnapper was the same both times. They probably used some of the same techniques, right? Look back over everything connected with the abduction and see what we can see. Right. It must be something. What's the matter, Miles? No evidence after all? Such a shame. I have the evidence. It's right here. Hey Libby, welcome. You wanna hop in VC for the stream? You don't have to. I know that you're just waking up. I didn't even sleep. Bro, what? You better go to sleep then. I know I went to sleep. I went to sleep for a solid 4 hours. Oh, this!
Take that!
Kate was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. That very same brand, no less.
Objection!
Objection! I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do, that doesn't prove anything for sure. Yeah, we must have something. I see a piece of evidence that can tie them to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, they're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamperer we've had the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? It's no use of anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you about done there, Miles? No more cheap shots left to fire? Great, well I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I ought to lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old great thief magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see if I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. What are you? Take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do with somebody running a little interference with you, Miles, sir. Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again! We can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove the connection between Mr. Singh and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests that he is our mastermind? Of course. Canis was looking for our secret string puller too, the young pup as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was the same young pup, then perhaps... What evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? Maybe this?
Take that!
No, it doesn't. Join the dots for me. With pleasure. Now if you look here and then hold this like this... Oh no! No, Mr. Edgeworth! That's all wrong! Totally wrong! Have to join in, Kay. Here's something. It's here somewhere, I'm sure of it. It's something that proves the link between our current case and the secret street. Oh wait, hold on! The missing photo! Or, not the missing photo, obviously, but... So not this. Hard to see, man. Oh, they're sons, yes, okay. Yes, this.
Take that!
Really? Are you sure about that? Because I feel like that, Alright, so we're gonna have to use our saves. I have a good feeling that we'll find the answer if we look through everything. Oh. Maybe...
Take that!
Oh, come on, man. Because he was the one corresponding the messages, so...
Take that!
Alright, well, I'm officially convinced. I'm not confident in this at all. Let's do something else.
Take that!
this point, we're gonna run out of lives before we even get to the giveaway. We have to use the save files. No. Oh.
Take that!
Duh, obviously. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchange. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. Hold on, where's my other charger at? Because I know that I might need my headphones later. Not my headphones, my earbuds. And now I need my earbuds. So where are my earbuds? Where are they? Where are those earbuds? Okay, here they are. Just give me 1 second. Plug that in there. Plug this in here. You don't have anything. I have to practice for the show. So, if you don't mind.
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. And I can't take any more of your interventions. Whew, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Miles Reno back in the game for sure. I am Simeon, the funny clown. Look at me. I'm juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where did that come from? Chess. Sure, I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis.
Objection!
I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection!
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter, if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted himself between Mr. Canis and Knight. Do you think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? It's crazy. To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi Lagarde to murder him. You're saying he set that up to try and get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection!
Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? You steamy. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe we might find...
Objection!
Letters. You won't. Trust me. What? Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung up on the past, right? You must dispose of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either? We fall short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend and you don't even have any proof? You're despicable. Who was that? Oh, hi. Miss Barry? What does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying and... This Knight person, you mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yes, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning. For Simeon. What? Did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Barry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? Such a good kid would see your face when you was. If you're never going to beat me, not at chess. Another correspondence chess letter. Let's move from the game with Mr. Canis. Anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's supposed to mark the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess I must have gotten held up on Earth. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. Yeah. This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Kane's and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Bronco, you're still getting in my way even now. I hate you. I hate you. Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. We weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest, but then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this, and if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it. I have to go meet my dad, I promise. I'm not there to taste his candy for him. He'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simeon, the victim in the IS-7 incident, was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Or maybe I chose not to remember. Ugh, just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Do you think I'd sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Philippe. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. You're right, it's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. So as it's true, you're not Artie Frost's son. It'd be the ring, right? It'd have to be the ring. It's the only thing that points to Paul Philippe.
Take that!
Huh? Bronco's chess set and a ring? Yes, take a look at the ring for me if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Philippe used to mark his works. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? Police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely, that you are in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. No, that can't be. My dad was... I remember, don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? Alright, so I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail? I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Well, and hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you had entertained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco, and farewell. All that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis, why I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it, the truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Canis' correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. You're right, it was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago. You knew that already. The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. They knew it too. That's why the guard kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of here? But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. By the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to. Canis, the man who saved my life. It wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey. But I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's policy. Or police. Was it police or was it policy? Police. No. I sure didn't, and as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I can see exactly how it was going to all go down. So I saw right through their plan. How Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence of Warden Lagarde's trial. You see, and that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of law.
Objection!
Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night, but Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hopes of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claimed to hate.
Objection!
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I'd never do anything so wicked. Never ever. Me? Commit a crime? No, 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 no. And besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. I just realized that there's three squirrels, and they're probably to symbolize the three people who are after his life, and how he has them literally dancing in the palm of their hands. And I didn't realize this the first time that I watched this.
Objection!
So you admit it? Your motive in all of this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despise every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter. Another to him so he knew about her. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. He's setting people up left and right to be murdered. First it was Bronco, now it was Rosie Ringer, and then it was Winter. Well, Winter didn't get murdered, but still. The fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders? Right, same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco and I'll play it. That was part of his plan too? So Rook's murder was...
Objection!
No, no, no. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? Isn't fate a crazy thing? You can't talk like that about a murder. Setting Lagarde up was easy too. I just made it seem like Knight and Cadence were in contact with each other. And slipped the chisel inside the chest set. So it was you who put it in there. Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Candace's direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that this would be all it took to make that all-in-one murder for Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive. And then, things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who? Me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winter and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put an end to them both.
Objection!
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no, 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 no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold, for sure. Then who should come through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. She wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Okay. Aw, Eddie. You're sure he wasn't just trying on his dear, departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Meister. Don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple. Painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet... Damn. That was a long-ass piece of dialogue. I ain't gonna lie to you. Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you could pin an charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. That's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. You. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. He's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this? Excitement stuff he's talking about. Incitements, okay. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So we just need to prove that he told them to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. I guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you?
Knock him back!
I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I plan my escape too? What if just a plucking idea out of nowhere? I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example. All I'd have to do is say the word, then sidle off stage in the chaos. What? You wouldn't. I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I sure would, actually. He's not even wrong. I really would pay to see that. I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah, you know what? That would make for a killer show. You will do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to. But knowing what we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me and we're done here. Alright, let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? He's not going to give me an inch. Yeah, he's really threatening to end this right the rip. There must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished.
Hold it!
You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders were duly committed. If I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you had done the deed yourselves. Yeah, what was the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement, K. Chairman Winter, Warden Lagarde, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. So all were induced to commit these acts by somebody behind the scenes. This man right here. Oh, you really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything. If an incitement charge of me, you realize I'll mention murder anywhere.
Hold it!
Nowhere at all? What, you didn't look? I gave you a minute if you like. He's clearly confident that I won't be fighting anything. You must have planned these letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job, but if you can't prove I encouraged them to commit those murders, your incitement charge goes up in smoke. Too bad, so sad, huh, Miles? I did. Maybe you have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them.
Hold it!
I know for a fact that you made those murders happen. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made big bad chairman winner kill little Miss Rosie. Told me yourself.
Objection!
Did I? You can prove it. If you can't, the sense here. Just ask yourself, could this sweet innocent boy know the things you're saying? No. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, you have nowhere to go with this. If we could only prove what he said on that phone call. I want to take a risk here.
Objection!
Boom, there we go. I was scared for a second because I was like, I really don't want to press this button and be wrong. I'm afraid you're wrong. Oh, the irony. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen. Because you said so yourself. Yeah, that's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that? Weird. I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. I am? Yes, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was? You got your conversation with the clown you're on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? As he says, a schemer's schemes will swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? Bet I can. Got it. It was this part right here. Let's just give it a cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It's right around here. I was as surprised as... Oh, that's weird. Something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say. Seems we maybe, didn't quite catch the next part on tape. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs. I'm sure they exist, but... So you switched off to avoid being recorded. Bingo!
Objection!
I swear to God, he has a plan for literally everything, and it's pissing me off, but I love it. But how? You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place.
Objection!
And I did! Of course I did! It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping. And that's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No. You heard that whole conversation? I did indeed, old pal, but I must say, I thought you would have figured it out all so much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Now, where were you again? Oh yeah, at the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Ah well. Shucks. So my tape ain't gonna be of no use to nobody after all? Come on. Must have reported something you could use. If only that were true. Hey, K-Meister. Yeah? No buggeroo. It was hidden in your pin that whole time, right? That shake anything loose from the old brain tree? I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one that's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection!
So sad. Relying on flawed evidence. Desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. Huh? He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry? Kay had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bug for? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back? In which case, during which time frame would you likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? Monster? Where Kay in the bug with you last night? Are you trying to tell us you're the culprit? This time my brain not your big guy. Kay was kidnapped, right? Might still be on that tape. You're saying abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? I say take you out for the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon. Indeed it is. At around the time I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Which means that he can't have been too far away from you, or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Wait, that noise. That was a gunshot. Turned the bug off then too, it seems. Luckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to this case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever even mentioned the gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved in this case to start the firearm. You need to remember who it was and present the piece of evidence that proves it. It was the body double, right?
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, how long after we started talking? You noticed something and told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that, don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep spouting your weird theories?
Not so fast!
You didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. If you listen carefully, you can hear that the bullet hit something too. The president has been aiming at Mr. Saint? The bullet was struck. Well, if he was aiming at Mr. Saint. Actually, I have no idea.
Take that!
I mean, I kind of figured it was that, but it sounded metallic, so I don't know. I think the president was firing at the balloon. And if he was, what he heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Take a look and see, shall we? Oh, a bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I call that pretty conclusive proof. Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound of on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you, if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will ya? Alright, no need to get cranky. I'll admit that I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Gavel and the President were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the President noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. Why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend, the judge here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What did you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage. He was afraid. Afraid. Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander. He says that he literally is kidnapping somebody.
Hold it!
That's after 11, I think? That's when you and your pal went up to that roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there. The fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. Because I arrived when I did.
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not. Why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We all know what would have happened if I'd been any later. I was just about to try and kill you, Bell. You really didn't suspect a thing? I'm afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? I was merely trying to... What kind of mother are you? You look, you didn't kill you and then go after the boy.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not Judge Gavel. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Yeah, you jump in there, Miles. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I am in your debt, Mr. Edwards. As is Sean, I trust that you will look after us both. And I pray that the gods of justice will watch over us all. How old is she? 26. Booyakasha. Precious God, didn't even warn you there's a balloon right behind you. When the President noticed me, he moved the good just leave right away.
Hold it!
Why? Was he playing the killer? Sure, but I'll bet he didn't want to do it in front of witnesses. Murderers don't tend to like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. Now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. I don't think anyone will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. Please continue if you will. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, the coward of a fake president. Guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly and he panicked. He pointed his gun at me.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second you pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon going pop. But it was a close run thing. So you left right then and there? Of course I did. She was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Is a problem? There is a problem. In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on that rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah. Guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After you shot at me, you escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear. Then I landed on the roof. you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. Good job, escape for that. So.
Hold it!
The hatch that leads to the storeroom where the items from the underground auction were kept. My memories are still a bit fuzzy, but the auction was 2 days ago, right? Indeed, the auction was being held on the 50th floor that day. A bunch of people were going in and out of the storeroom while it was happening, yes? They were, which means that the president really did escape that way as Mr. Saint says. Somebody must have seen him. There's no way he could have passed through there unnoticed. The problem is the time at which each event occurred. Should the times line up, I can think of a certain piece of evidence that could prove helpful to our case. So stories that you just happen to witness the events on the roof before. Simeon had come along when he did. Judge Monroe might have been in serious trouble. He's basically her savior, right? I don't think it's quite that simple. After all, he was there to commit a crime too. In order to expose the crime, we'll need to go over his testimony. There must be a hole in it somewhere. Really? Okay, well, I really thought that would be it, but I guess not. Forgive me, Mr. Edward. I failed to see the connection, I'm afraid. That's what I'm saying. Could I really have done that wrong? Never do what you do, Mr. Keen's prosecutor. For once, I'm glad about that. Simeon's enjoying this. Can't let him get the better of you. I won't. I'm nowhere near done yet. The next piece of evidence I present will shut him up once and for all. There we go. I had to really read that one. That one was gonna get me screwed up in the worst way if I didn't read that. You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. His heart testified to that fact. What? And you believe the word of a two-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh dang pardon? Say that about the chief again, I dare you. I'll wipe that smile right off of your stupid clown face. So we know Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. If our fake president didn't escape through there, how the heck did he get off the roof? Excellent question. And one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities. Which leaves only one possible way of escaping that rooftop.
Take that!
Oh, wait. Alright. Alright. Okay, I get it. I got it wrong. You don't need to keep it. You're all speechless, I see. What do you want us to say? That you're making a total fool of yourself? To be fair, though, there was no way that I could have known that they were going to ask for evidence for this one. This seemed like a clear-cut, multiple choice part, but I guess not. Shooting down the outside of the building, great freestyle. Like people shimmying up and down building right, the occasional ninja tag. Find that maybe he blew. I bet that would have been fun. Or how he left the rooftop or not.
that!
Wow, he flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Whoa, 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 quit fooling around, will ya? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection!
There was a security camera on the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that room.
Objection!
You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger. Giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? But your big toe I was. I haven't said as much in my time.
Objection!
Huh. So the noise, the sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted? Damn, he was listening, bro. He was listening! Passed out, unconscious, you might think. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Mrs. Hart. It was the sound of Kate crash landing onto the storeroom. Well, so what if it did? Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught in a little unaware sometimes. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people.
Objection!
It doesn't matter. Kate can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the room.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? I want to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down the hatch. So what if he did? What would that mean?
Objection!
Come now. Surely you need this insinuating. It's elementary. The president hid until after Miss Hart fainted. He could have passed right through the 51st floor and detected. And there we have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. You had to do that to me in my own voice? That's right. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal, the president, while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself. That's right. It was Sean who murdered the body double.
Objection!
What possible reason could the boy have for doing so?
Objection!
Oh, pretty good one. You already knew he was the president's son. And how did you discover that exactly? Because I told him. In one of my trademark letters. I swear to God, man. He's just in charge of everything, man. Just literally the mastermind of all masterminds. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I did tell him. Maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the Torosaurus head fell off of that roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Huh. Well, well, well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But who knew it was you who made it fall? The president died from being crushed, was it? Alright, well that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like, and so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. He's so goofy, I love him. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winner. So what makes you think I let that big president set foot on my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. And who said old Torosaurus is not gonna fall? All makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. That thing you're so fond of? That's what caused the murder here, not me. That's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy! Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Curse you. Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, winner, that idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs.
Overruled.
No, that's not true.
Objection.
Well, if you're not going to move, I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid here's a murder, maybe they'll finally do something.
Objection!
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Well, damn. That seems unnecessary. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too? Also real. Take a deep breath for me, would you? Why would I do that, Fender? Because at times like these, you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can't agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on that balloon or not? But rather, under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board? Turnabout in thinking. Forgive the interruption, just my 2 cents worth. Or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on the He's a physically imposing man. What's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No. There were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. It's gotta be tricky. But I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time.
Hold it!
Hold it! The strings in question being those of Sean and the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. Is that so weird? I'm an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, human. It didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Edward, he's scaring me. Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It's our duty to stop him, and we will succeed in that duty. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it will just come back to bite them in the end? That was the case with Rocco, the chairman winner.
Hold it!
So you insist that you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred. What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another, and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. You haven't changed. All you did 12 years ago was watch too. You're talking about the whole SS5 thing? Ah, stop it. You're poor, Papa. Traveling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Oh yeah, rank incompetence. How dare you! Agent Light, please! You don't know the half of it, you damn clown! Your father may not have closed up the case, not publicly anyway. But it was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now. sorry to butt in, Miles, but your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case. Now I know you have your theories.
Hold it!
That's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection!
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. How do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night. Young, you're so stupid, Brad. That's ridiculous if you know it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? It's the man who shot at me? No. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like...
Objection!
Very well. Let us suppose that to be true for a second. The autopsy showed the president said it. So good. It's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, never mind all that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about. Besides, I thought you were questioned just by a model monster head. I mean, DRA, please.
Hold it!
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Torosaurus...
Objection!
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by a head hypothesis was true?
Objection!
That may have been my theory at one point. That was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
Objection!
Why the past tense? That's still your theory, you know? It's not like you have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Torosaurus head. Fact. No. There must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing him. So do you think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. You all know who did it. The mall head is practically screaming his name.
Hold it!
Sure, Sean was the one who caused the head to fall. That much we know. He even admitted it himself. Fantastic, so we're all in agreement. Well done, everybody. Case closed. Sean's been killed the big president, and that's that. Somebody get these cops in here.
Objection!
Not so fast. This case is far from closed. Still scrabbling, huh? Oh, alright then. Enlighten us and be quick about it. You can't. I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Or are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? What do we do? Come on, let's think. Mr. Saint killed the president's body double. It would have happened while the two of them were together on the roof. So what we had to can. That's the answer. That will tell us. You need to think about how the president died. It's a very quick pause. As soon as he was crushed by the Torosaurus head, and the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? What if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Alright, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. And we're gonna see. I don't know if this is gonna be it. Obviously, but I'm very hopeful with this.
Objection!
Okay, good. Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that? You? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? To use his special powers. The only person in communicating with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have been mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Satan. I can prove it. What? You're talking about the lion balloon. Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster, filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roost. Having been killed by your balloon. I get it. This thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs 100 pounds. 200 pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose, landing the balloon right on top of it. Wait, I thought this was I didn't realize that there were 3 packs in here. Oh, that was close. I got some graham crackers. Oh, and I got some DMs. Oh yeah, they're all in there. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let him round a balloon. He didn't need the course. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which means the time of death according to the autopsy was wrong. It would? Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again. It's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. April 5th. That was yesterday, which means... Exactly, it means he died when the Torosaurus head fell off of that roof. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? You get it, who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of a father would do that? It's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did. Because I told you myself. My parents really have been so wide off the mark. I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. By ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. The time of death matched up. Everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto? You even wrote him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The I-7 incident. Killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. He can you say that? He was your father. It's so scary. This guard just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father, what a joke.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did. From warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. Refrigeration unit itself? Threw off the time of death? How did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place.
Take that!
You need to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also need somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? Talking about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? As much as you may wish we had forgotten, you know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal movement? Did I take my medicine? I did take my medicine. I'm crazy. A sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless.
Objection!
Shut up! I'm nothing like him. I could never be like him. He has nothing to do with me. And we're nothing alike.
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Lucio have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? That's not a product that your daddy used to use. I don't know what it is. You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. Think the same way. If you're ever get as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Or should I say, I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping? Nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavelle. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around. You know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old winter playbook? I would never do that. Yeah, I can't let myself rise to the provocation. What was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth. Something like that. But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. You guard away. And now you. None of you can touch me. Bad, Mr. Edwards. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. But we need evidence, even just one piece. Right, Alright, it's been fun. It's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the next event though, won't you? I'll leave you in for free if you'll finally admit defeat. Who was that? Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Yummy, where have you been? I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edward asked me. Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report? I had to look into a few things real quick, sir, about the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered to the very big circus, just like you said. And there it is, just in the nick of time. Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint? Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? Valid question, I suppose, but we're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? He's like, oh shit. We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals. I don't know where it is. I do all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. Simeon, you're scaring me. It's a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved to the grounds of the big building instead. But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when we kidnapped him. Well, you know you were up against the great thief and greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. Don't think you won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory. I am. Perhaps you can enlighten us. You don't even have evidence that I crushed the presidential faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. What? Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did. You should trace it to your misdeed on this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Yeah! Now since the balloon basket should turn out the evidence. The balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? We expect to find plenty of them. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? If there's truth to be found, then help find it. He's a hero of justice. He sure is. We'll find something for sure. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of way tighter spots than this one. What they said. We believe you, Miles Marino. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Stay calm and see this through to the end, Edward. Miles Edward, a perfect victory is only moments away. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simeon, paid for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all. Please, Mr. Edward, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man. This last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt.
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of line lilies. Line lilies, symbol connected between parent and child. Popular flower back in St. Cloud. That's your proof? Bunch of flowers that are rotting at the dump by now? Bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. That's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. Threw those flowers away, that much is true. The bond they represented remains as strong as it ever was. The president held on to them until the last. Next, which provided us with our final piece of evidence. What are you talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of had been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of line lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No, 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 no. You don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Emma. Yeah. I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Leave it to me. Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Ah, I've got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. If it's from the same flowers, it shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. What? And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. You know, how could this crush the president with that balloon? You loaded his body into the basket and took it into the refrigeration unit. Why go to the trouble of removing the body? You knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Finger's murder. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. I get it. You couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long, right? Not. While returning to the big building, he got the body off again and followed. You must have observed the fire Sean caused and tore Sora's head. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him, so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward! In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. While he was dangling from the rope you used. It was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. How did you see through it all? How? You manipulated this case just as you manipulate animals in the stage. You thought you were all powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simeon. Even money and Anesthesia. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Stop looking at me like that. Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. This tale is destined to end with the women. Don't get away from me. Get away from me. Leave me alone. Rosie, I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. I'm not the bad one anymore. Why, Bronco? Why did you stop me from going to see that? Only none of them did what they did. I wouldn't have had to. I couldn't trust the place. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone. Nobody to help me. That man, he helped me. Dennis was the only one who ever helped me, so what about these people? I had to. That hurts. They're putting pause. Seems the game is up at last. Now this action gets wicked. The killer. Sure, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I am free to... No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, we were just about to draw it. You stole one from the president after murder. You're good. I have a free. 4, 5 squats. 1, 2, 3. Oh god. That was supposed to be this now. 4, 5. Must have stolen it from the president after murder. Gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was impossible, yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There's nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. Now, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you were about to pay. No. Ding. You. It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. That man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let's just say that I might not take the loss of the one life that I ever saved too well. You save a life? Body combat Canis, the blind butcher himself? Preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. No, get back here! You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways. And you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Homewood? Yes, it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you, old man? I will not lie, I did. My victims deserve to be remembered, at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you, horned pup. In that case... No! You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean, don't do it! Please, Sean. I beg of you. At least, I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. But you should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it. Maybe it does. I'm listening to you. I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean. But it's not just about me. Say I get my revenge. How does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. So would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they worry about me. Thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you. And I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. You may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. You could at least consider trying to do better yourself, Kay. Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. With me, young pup. Oh, and the hydrate. On our way to where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Our home. And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there's one last thing I had to do. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? Can you tell us what we're doing here? Mr. Edgeworth? Your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forward, I'm a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe you did that for me. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless, and to trust his clients to show him the way to the truth. That man's image will be forever burned into my memory. My father in the courtroom, fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Good old Gregory. But that was his path, your path. Mine lies elsewhere. Mr. Edgeworth, my path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. Well, I guess that's that. I'm sorry. No, I dig it. And besides, I can tell by that look in your eye that your mind's made up. It is. Alright then. Looks like our work together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members. Where's my snipping tool at? I need that. I understand. Hey, Monster? Care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? You once asked me something, Fender. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I need to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way, Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you, to lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone, to fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky, somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go so far as to call out our country's police. No, I sure didn't, and as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winter made a mockery of justice, and in doing so, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It could be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's great contradictions. Say that again. Yep, it's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor? A custodian of the law? I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. Very Malzarino. I like it. You know it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself? That's lawyering on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. And if it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're going to smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. And if there's one thing that man did not know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on till sunset. That was his motto. You know what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecutoring again. Why didn't you just say being a prosecutor? You know what's really grown and changed? Hate to be a great big cheese ball, but you. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Bender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. Please. By the power vested in me by the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Alright, you're a prosecutor again. Best news I've heard all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got a scoop. Your pops is going to want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Thank you again, Bender, for everything. Don't thank me yet. The next time you see me could be across the courtroom. And this face is a whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon. Alright, Bender out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavel. I owe you more than I can say. You do? You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right, you had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to the cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when last I oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gavel? I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. But to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then, when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based in that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this. But perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me, this is my opinion, nothing more. You are right, of course. There are other ways. Thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me, someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near me gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than the words of the goddess. Though it may anger her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow. As a servant of the law and as a mother. That, I believe, above all else. I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed. We are neither of us perfect yet. Neither of us are perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths and continue to grow as we tread them until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark on the next step of your journey. That curtsy was beautiful. Lost the title of prosecutor, but now I have regained it. In doing so, I've seen a new way forward, a new path for justice, and I'm determined to follow that path until it finally leads me to the truth. No matter how hard it might be, and no matter what obstacles might arise, we'll betide anyway. For whoever they may be, whatever they might say, I will look and shout. Woo! We did it! Miles Edgeworth completed! These are our stock and trade, our bread and butter. Don't just hand that stuff over, not even to your dang apprentice. Sorry, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Well, alright, better go track down some leads of my own self. That's the spirit. You go get him, champ. Before you mosey on down the way. Mind sharing what kind of leads in there leads might be? But Chief, you... Come on now, I'm pretty much your editor, you know? Can't hold on to the boss. Come on, Chief, that's cold. My arm wound has yet to fully heal, even now. The bodyguard inflicted is a skillful practitioner indeed. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. Honestly, can we skip this? I want to skip this. We can't even skip this. Knocking on my butt, wise guy, but I ain't out to count just yet. My guard up and look for opening. Get out of this zone yet. Is that right, Teddy? I think the bell rings for the next round of escape shenanigans will come out swinging. So then it's training, and more training. want to know if I'm still planning on becoming an animal stylist? Sure, I'm still studying every single day. Still up to my elbows in mud. I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. I plan to make it my new career when I finally get out of here. What's that? Is my release a few more years away? Now because I helped Warden Lagarde? Yeah. Why do you think I'm being so nice to these stupid freaking animals? I don't care what the freaking license is. Like, why me? This is wasting my time. As far as I'm concerned, this is basically over. Thank you all for joining me today. I had a wonderful time. Finally get this off the list. That would make this my second time playing through this game. So yeah, I got a bunch of games I want to put on the schedule for the upcoming whenever next week. I'm thinking of putting a schedule together just to be safe. Maybe setting it up on Twitch, posting the games on Twitter and whatnot. Definitely gonna put some kind of notice in the Discord so that you guys know where my head's at streaming-wise. And yeah. Hopefully we get some good stuff in rotation. I mean, we're gonna be focusing a lot of time streaming. I don't want to stream too many days in a row because if I stream for too many days in a row, obviously my vision might get messed up at some point. Or at the very least, maybe we'll do shorter streams about like around this time, like 2.5. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm very confident that we can get things worked out, you know. The whole point of brainstorming this thing is to see what fits and what doesn't. And hopefully we'll even get more people to play games on stream with us. Well, last night we had Libby on stream. That was awesome. And hopefully we'll get to have more people in the future. But that's gonna be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you all for stopping by. I have been your host for this evening, the greatest ringmaster of the greatest square screen, your king of clowns, your jester of justice, Mr. as real as it gets. And until we meet again, everyone take care. Goodbye for now.